Yu-Gi-Oh! Mint.com is now TradingCardMint.com. Please check out their selection of over 20,000 cards with prices cheaper than TCG Player.
Alright, so if you guys saw me at Gen Con in the little while time span I was playing, you probably saw me playing this. This is kind of something that was popping up around Japan. There's a lot of different variants to this. And the first thing I want to say is, this deck is really fucking dumb. I'm actually surprised at just how good this is. Now, there is a Gridora variant to this. It's the next thing on my list to test. I also want to delve into the Gize variants as well, but I wanted to profile this to kind of show my generalized progress, kind of where we're going from here. So this is Kill Your Opponent with Zoa.deck. Now, a lot of other decks that exist out there, OTT, can kind of do what this deck does, but can do it better. But this deck has the same defensive capabilities that our friends over at the Discount Buggery, as I'm going to call them, OTT has. So, like, we can actually protect against the Tom because of this. So first off, I want to give a shout out to our friends at TradingCardMint.com, down below in the description, aka, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Mint.com formerly. Guys, if you enter MCO40 on checkout, you'll save your guys' selves a little bit of money. Now, I know you guys want the Rex deck list. Don't worry. I will get to that eventually. The whole deck is still proxied. We haven't actually translated it over. We actually are just now getting our chances to get back to initially playtesting. Literally, I had a couple of days before Gen Con to kind of start skeleting out the decks I wanted to play, and then we got the case on Friday to open, got it filmed. It's been a rough adventure. So, this is a new version of machining. So this card is the nuts. This is no longer restricted to machining units. I actually had to take a moment and realize that. But you can call out 2 of anything at rest. This card is actually the nuts. If you go first, you will get the power of the 2 units you call out, added onto his home if he's on Vanguard. And fun fact, this is Vanguard Rearguard for calling out the units. When I first saw that, I was like, no way. But on place, you get your marker, which is the Protect marker. And then, yeah, you just... This card does a lot for what it is for the 12k base. Like, I'm actually kind of surprised. And then 4 copies of Spark Hercules. This is just another additional ride, gain a perfect guard to your hand. The unfortunate downside is this card's kind of booty, but it does generate a gift marker for Protect. So, I mean, it's the only real thing I can say about it. If, for some reason, you need to ram your opponent with its ability, I mean, I guess you can try, but outside of that, I mean, this is just going to be a 12k base that rewards you. It's literally like the only thing I can even actually remotely say about this. And this is the thing that you kill your opponent with. So, I'll read this out loud to you. So, Vanguard Rearguard, when this attacks, you Soul Blast 1 grade 3, discard 2 cards from your hand. Until the end of the battle, this guy gets 10k and critical +1, and your opponent cannot call Sentinels from their hand to guard. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You call this off Zoa, give this 99,000, and then you boost it with Phantom Black. The thing is, the number of power won't change, but you will pass his skill of no normal units on to Mr. Bugalo here, which, once again, you will use this to kill your opponent. This card is fucking dumb. I don't know why they made this, but hey, you know what? If I can kill my opponent on second stride, why not? The thing that makes all Mega Colony decks good now is this guy and his grade 1 counterpart. So placed on Vanguard Rearguard, counter blast 1, check top 6, add a grade 3 to your hand. Who needs Stride Fodders anymore? They literally... This deck had all of its issues fixed with this stuff. And the fact that it doesn't... It's not machining restricted. Why? Like, this is broken. Good job, Bushiroad. You gave me actual good support. So there's that. This build's playing this guy. This is the on-hit stand a rearguard. And it's when it attacks Vanguard. So I think a lot of people kind of miss the fact that, like, it has to be a machining Vanguard, but that's fine. You're using this as a pressure point on the opponent to force more cards out of their hand. Honestly, if they let this hit, you can do some pretty crazy shit. I mean, of course, like, they're going to be holding G-Guards for Zoa, but hey, extra card value from their hand is good. And then 3 copies of this guy. I actually kind of hate this guy, but, I mean, to be honest with you, on hit, counter charge, there's a lot of times your opponent will just be like, why do I not want that to hit? Like, sure, you can have your 1 counter charge. I'm a bit indifferent about this. Probably going to be indifferent about this for a little while, until I get more testing with it, but I mean, it's been okay. Counter boss 1, I mean, make it 15k. This card, so this is the counterpart to this guy, but they actually made this crazier. This is Vanguard Rearguard. So on attack, or even on boost, that it hits, look at the top 6, reveal up to 1 grade 3, put it into your hand, shuffle your deck, and if this guy is on Rearguard, he goes into the soul. If they let this hit while this is on Vanguard, you get a free search. Like, I've seen so many people are just like, sure, you can have it. Like, this is where death starts. Like, you start getting this clusters of 3s. This is our other death friend. This is the one that, like we said, on boost, discard a card, pass the skill on to the boosted unit. Hey, no normal units from your hand. Like, It's almost like they wanted to make Phantom Black broken or something. I like how they broke his skill into 2 cards, though. And then last but not least, 4 copies of Little Black Soldier. Actually, this card's really good. I was actually kind of shocked at how relevant a 10k attacker could still be, as you're kind of like passing up the lines. But this does grant you a lot of early game aggression. I mean, it's not great, don't get me wrong. But what it does for the deck, well, a lot. There's not really any better machining cards, so I think like this is pretty good for what it is. Starter is the new machining worker ant, literally just on ride, draw a card. It's pretty good. We're playing 6 draw triggers, no real reason not to play them. I'm liking the Sentinel versions of these better, so there is that. Playing 6 crits, nothing really too spicy to mention here, honestly. And then currently playing the larger heals. Probably going to cut these back to the counter-charging ones. Actually kind of starting to realize that, sure, larger shield value is fine, but the counter-charging aspect that the other ones give you is actually pretty damn good. I will say that. I do miss that. Okay. G-Zone. We have plenty of protect markers. Zoa, this is your win condition. As I said, you go into this, call Mr. Big Guy, watch your opponent drop 10 large shield cards from their hand as you cry yourself to sleep at night. Like I said, that's all your deck does. You can just drop Zoa. We're playing 2 Kara space. Getting 4 on the field can be hard, honestly, but it's not really that big of an issue. Trying to stun the opponent's Vanguard in the regards is the reason why you're playing this guy. We're playing 3 copies of this guy. Sorry, they're currently proxied. I was making an attempt to borrow them from my friend. This honestly doesn't come up as much as I want it to. I understand why the originalist was playing it, but it's very lackluster. That's all I really have to say about that. This card is the nuts. I like drawing for all of my opponent's rearguards. The only problem is, like, you are on a death timer, so you do need to make sure you watch what you're doing. But this does get you the resource pool that you need. 3 copies of Oba Tyrannus. This is very heavy. Without the countercharging heals, you won't be able to pull this off 3 times. Sometimes this is just a dummy first stride, but no need to make it. But if you dedicate all of your games to just not allowing your opponent to continuously call, you can kind of do some cool things with this. So there's that. G-Guardians, 1 copy of this. No explanation needed. I've been getting this awful lot lately. People don't really care to not let you draw a card and get the counter charge and soul charge. Pretty good. This card kind of sucks. This also doesn't come up as much. I'm getting more value out of this than this lately, but this does have its warrants in certain matchups. And the Heat Resistance Supercharge boys, Actually been really liking these. So, like I said, whole deck is just kill your opponent with Zoa, a dot deck. The deck's very fun for what it is. Hear me out on that fact. Like, I'm going to test a couple other variants, kind of make my way around, but this probably inspire a couple people out there to try some things. So guys, please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about this deck. Please check out tradingcardmint.com down below in the description. And that's all I got for this video, guys. Peace out.